Oh my God. All right. Let's do this. All right. So do not forget, there will be one of these on your test next week. You must have a start and end. That seems to be the biggest problem. Okay. So I need to have a start.
Is our warm-up?
Yes. I'm going to go over your warm-up so you make sure you've got everything.
Yes, just jump forward.
So, what does start lead to in these examples?
A, B, C.
This one is going to lead to A, B, and C. Remember, it's always the ones that are blank. So, from start, we go to point A, we go to point B, we go to point C.
How sweet is right?
No.
I get a pass. I get a pass.
Okay.
Do you have any eraser?
I have an eraser. What'd you do? Eat your eraser?
Maybe.
I got hungry. Sad to eat his eraser. Step in one. An empty lead case. Okay. Once you get your starting points, you need to see where they lead to. So, according to this, where does A lead?
Oh, you want me to answer that?
I want somebody to
I got
answer
high
that.
answers. A go to G. Let me
Okay.
stop while I'm there.
Yes, please. A goes to G. Does A go anywhere else?
Oh no.
Nah, so we move on. Where does B go?
To F
To F
and to G.
and to G. I don't need to rewrite G, I just need to draw the arrow going from B to G. Okay. Notice you're trying to keep this kind of like in a flowing looking thing to go from start to end. You really don't want to swirl this all around if you can avoid it, because that just makes it even more confusing than what it is to begin with. Okay. C. C now goes where?
F.
To F. Okay. So we're done with A, B, and C now. So now we move over to the 2 points we just added on. Where does G go?
E.
To E. And where does F go?
D.
To D. Am I done with all of the relations I have?
C. Sure.
Okay, so now I must put end. Remember, the tasks that don't lead out anywhere will always lead to the finish. So what goes to end?
D. E.
D and E. So your project diagram should look something like this. The neater you make it, the easier it is to use it. Because we're actually going to start using these now.
I just learned how to do them.
Oh my! I gotta be extra. You know I gotta be extra. Extra. Read all about it.
Extra.
Okay. This one.
That's how it sounds.
This time. James, where does start go? What does start lead to? A and G. Fantastic, my friend. It leads to A, and it leads to G. You're tired again.
I can't stand that lead.
Nehemiah, where does A go? You said what?
E.
E. Okay, A goes to E.
Nehemiah did her work.
Okay. Florcella, where else does A go? C. Yahia, where else does A go? F. Okay. We're done with the A. Gianni, where does G go?
Shoot.
To B?
B. What's B stand for?
I said E.
But it
I'm
used to be.
sorry. He said E first.
Now B.
Now B. De nada.
B stands for what? Oh, we're on YouTube.
Okay. Now say hi to America.
Hey, America.
Hey to your 38 subscribers.
36.
Only 12.
Sorry, I gave you too much credit. 36.
Right, you gave me too much credit. Okay, so we're done with G now. My last two I have. C and E both go to point D, so I need a point D. And E goes there, and C goes there. Okay, and again, all good things
It comes to an end.
must come to an end.
B and D
And
and F.
Okay, D has nothing coming out, so it goes to the end. F has nothing coming out, so it goes to the end. And B has nothing out, so it goes to the end. Okay, so your graph should look something like this. Questions?
All right, let's move on.
Okay. How do we do on our warm-ups?
Fabulously amazing.
I did this.
Fabulous?
I
I
did
did
it
good
for
when I learned how to do it. Sorry.
I did good one, man.
I mean, Zoe says, yeah.
Yeah.
All
How you
right.
know that was me?
Huh?
How you know that was me?
Because I can tell your handwriting.
My handwriting's pretty good.
Believe it or not, after I grade so many things, like I start to pick up on your handwriting.
You know Gianni write like third grade?
Oh, yeah?
I don't.
Oh,
All right.
sorry, second grade. Sorry.
So,
Good. I prefer.
consider the tasks and processing times and what has to happen before another so we can create a schedule.
Yeah.
Okay? So, Devin's going to be processor 1. Okay? And we're going to make Tom Pat processor number 2 because he's falling asleep on me again. Okay? So,
Both of them.
I know you don't have room on your paper. So I'm going to draw the diagram up here with your help, and then we're going to start the schedule. So I can draw this diagram by putting a start. And what does start go to, Devin?
Me. A and
E.
It goes to A, which now I've added some time. A takes 3 hours. And it also goes to E, which also takes 3 hours. Okay.
Sorry.
So A then leads into B
And C.
Oh, I've been doing it the whole class. I got it.
and C.
It's safe.
Shut up.
And B leads.
I can only go to G in Spanish.
B leads to D.
Okay. And B leads to D.
I'm tired.
So
C,
I've done all of these.
E,
Okay.
D.
Shut up.
E, C, and D all go to the end.
Sorry, I'm right.
First time ever.
Oh no, second. You know what?
All right. So Devin and Tom Pat are going to be my processors. They're going to do all of these tasks. Okay. So they both have to start at start. You're then going to follow a path out. Devin wants to go to A. So Devin's going to go along this path. So he's going to do task A. So that takes him 3 hours.
Yeah.
So we schedule that.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Y'all realize that's my name right there, my initials. Devin Anthony Brown.
Ooh. All right.
Did he have to get up for that?
Wait. Your
Yeah.
initials are literally
Yeah.
Dab.
I've been telling y'all this for how long and nobody's listening. Okay, I see what y'all
All
doing.
right.
I still ain't heard it. Hey.
All right. This way. Tom Pat's still at the start. Tom Pat's going to take the other path. So he's going to go here to E.
E.
Okay. So we're good. Okay. So now, since everybody's working, now we go up and we go, all right, we're working at 3 hours.
Tom done.
3 hours. Devin's done. Tom Pat is done.
Why are they both done?
Okay? Because both tasks only took 3 hours. Okay? So when we stop at this line, both processes are finished.
I forgot to hit the time for D. But okay.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
No, don't be sorry. Be careful.
Don't be sorry. Be careful. All right. So now, Devin needs something to work on.
I mean, I got B, C, yeah.
Okay? So Devin says, okay, I can take this path or this path. It doesn't matter. So
Let's
pick
take
one.
the C path.
No, I'm taking the B path because
Okay, you
yeah.
can keep working
You
for
can
5
dab
more
on it.
hours. I mean,
Okay.
5 more hours.
So Devin's now going to take on task B. Devin's already been working for 3 hours and he's adding an additional 5 to it. So he's going to be working for 8 hours straight now.
Oh, that sounds like a normal day,
Okay.
right?
Okay?
Tom Pat did that.
Tom Pat, look at his path.
And Tom Pat
He goes straight to the end. That's okay though. Because Tom Pat can now jump up here and go help.
It's
Okay?
okay.
As long as he's not doing the same task that Devin's doing, he can jump up there and help. So he's going to go up and he's going to help Devin out and he's going to do task C. So he worked 3 hours. He's working an additional 2. So he's now at 5. Okay. So 4 hours have gone past. 5 hours have gone past. Tom Pat's done again.
It's 3 hours later.
Okay. This is going to lead to the end. Okay. There's one more task to do. Everything else has been up there, except for task D. Can Tom Pat start task D?
No,
Why?
because B's not done yet.
B's not done. B leads into D. Until B is started and stopped, he's done. Okay? So Tom Pat's going to sit on his butt for 3 hours and take that nap that he so desperately wants. Okay? He so desperately wants that nap. Okay? So Tom Pat's napping and napping and napping and napping. Finally, Devin finishes with task B. So that means now that B's done, D can go ahead and be started. Okay? Because I have 2 people that aren't doing anything, I can assign that task to either one. And I think we're going to give it to Tom Pat because he's been lazy and sleeping for 3 hours. Devin's been working hard. So we're going to give it to Tom Pat. Okay. So Tom Pat's going to work an additional hours. So Tom Pat has now worked 3 hours and then 2 hours. He took a nice 3-hour nap. And now he's back to work for another 4 hours. So this has been a 12-hour day for Tom Pat. Okay. Devin, since there's no other tasks to do, he's going to take his nap now.
Yes, like that nap was needed.
Okay, that nap was
I'm gonna
needed.
take my break.
He just worked 8 hours straight.
My break.
Okay, no potty breaks, no food, no drinks, nothing. He just working. Okay, so when they ask for a finishing time, my finishing time is 12. Okay, Devin doesn't finish early. He still has to stay at work until Tom Pat's finished. He may not be doing anything, but he's still stuck in that store. You know, it's like that manager that just has to sit there and watch you because they're lazy and they're just watching you instead of helping you.
My manager's not lazy.
Okay. You don't always get those lazy managers, but
yeah, you must be nice. I did. But
Yeah, go ahead.
that was on the floor. That was in my head.
okay. Questions? I know this says we're supposed to do another schedule. I'm good with one. Okay.
We get it.
We get it. Okay. We're gonna do the second one though.
What is that?
There's one at the bottom of that page, and then we've got 2 on the next page.
Oh,
All right. So if I draw this one, we've got to start.
At A and B.
This time, Eduardo, where does start go? What tasks go from the start? Which task will we start with? B and D. Perfect. B, which takes 7 hours. And we'd also start with task D, which takes 5 hours. What does B lead to?
B leads to C.
B leads to C. And C takes 3 hours.
C leads to E.
Okay. C leads to E. And that takes 2 hours.
And D leads to A.
D leads to A,
Which takes 4.
which
A
takes
leads
4.
to C, and then C
A leads to C. So then what leads to the end?
E.
Just E.
Oh, you put it twice.
They didn't do it.
Oh, yeah.
Who wants to do my work with these this time?
Jesus.
You can use me as a volunteer.
I can use you as a volunteer.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
And use
Look
BMG.
who it is, Johnny.
Huh?
Look who it is.
Hey, cool out, cuz.
I'm sorry, Jerry.
I don't even want to sit up here.
You wanna go sit there with your boyfriend?
Hey, come on, cuz.
Oh my. All right. So, Jesus.
Ow.
Jesus, who's going to be your partner in crime? Who's going to be process number 2? Gianni. Oh, we ain't getting nothing done with you two. Man. All right. So, Jesus, you're at the start. Where are you going?
Alright, B.
Well, and you also
B.
You want to go to B. So, Jesus is going to take this path. Okay? So, he's going to take on task B. Woo! He took on a big one. 7 hours straight to do one thing? Dang, boy.
What are we doing?
Okay?
I still get paid.
You still get paid? Gianni, you up. You back at the start. So where are you going?
that boy broke.
You don't really have a choice. You're right. G has to go to D.
Why are there 2 of them?
Why are there 2 of what?
2 of the
Two of the
P1,
graph.
P2, P1, P2.
Because we're supposed to do 2 different ones.
Oh, we're not doing that.
No.
For the different path, like the path?
Yeah, because you could have taken different ways and done different tasks at different times.
Oh, that's nice.
So G,
Hi, Alex.
whoops, that's not task G though. It's task D. G is going to work on D, and that's going to take him 5 hours. Okay. So they both start. It's now 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock is hit. And G's like, dude, I'm done. I'm done. Is anything else ready for G to work on?
A.
He can move on to A. Okay. The only thing that needed to be done first was D. So he's going to move on and he's going to take on task A, which takes 4 hours. So he stopped at 5. We're going to 9. Okay. So we're back up here. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Jesus is like, dude, I'm done now. Okay. So he should technically move on to C. What's
He
my
can't-
problem though?
A is not done yet.
A's not done yet. I've got 2 things that need to be finished before C can be started. G's not done with task A. So that means Jesus can't do anything until his lazy butt finishes. Okay? So Jesus is like, all right, I'm going to take a 2-hour nap. He gets some sleep. Okay? So we're back. Jesus is sleeping. G's working. 9 o'clock. G's like, whew, I worked so hard. I'm finally finished. So now that both B and A are finished, C can be started. Okay? We're going to make Jesus do some work, you know. because he's been lazy and napping. So he's going to start this 3-hour task. G has nothing to do. So should we assign him task E?
Yes.
No.
Jesus doing C.
Jesus is doing C. C has got to be finished because it leads into E. So Gianni's stuck here doing nothing until Jesus gets his butt on a roll. So Gianni's now going to take a 3-hour nap. Okay?
You lazy bum.
So we're at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Lunch has come. Y'all are starving now. Okay? We've worked for 12 hours. C's now finally finished.
People have jobs.
Okay? So now we've got to move forward and somebody's got to do task E. Well, since Jesus actually did some work and Gianni's being lazy, we're going to give him task E. So that takes us to 14. Okay. There's no other task to do, which means Jesus is just going to hang out for an extra 2 hours because he doesn't get to go home. They can't lock the doors until everybody's work is finished. So because G's still working, we cannot stop.
That's why.
Once he's done, that leads to the end, which means my finishing time will be 14 hours.
14 hours?
Yeah,
And it's just a long time. A bloody long time. You're slacking.
Okay.
You're slacking, Devin.
14 hours.
14 hours.
That's more than half of a day.
Right.
Hey.
You gotta work some. Get some rest.
Okay. All right. We're going to do the 2 examples on the front of the next page, and then I'm going to let you work on your project. Okay.
How you say you're not doing this page?
I say we need to finish this page and do the front side of the next page. All right. Woo.
I ain't my freaking cookies.
No.
We got 2 workers again. 2 workers again. So we've got, let's see. Let's do Maya. And we're going to do, she just gave me the dirty, evil look. We're going to do Maya, and Nathan's going to be her partner in crime. Okay? So, Maya, you're at the start. What task would you like to start with? You want to start with B. She's going to take the short way out. So her task should only take her 3 hours to complete. Okay? Nathan, you're also at the start. Where are you going? A. 7 hours.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
can you send Flora Stella Chavez's office this evening?
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
She said in a British accent. I cannot. I'm sorry.
Okay. So, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours have gone by. Maya's done. She finished task B. Okay. So, she can either go back to the start and do C, or she can continue on her path and do E. Okay. You more than likely want to go back to the start and try to get all those beginning tasks done first. So we're going to make Maya go back and do this long 8-hour task. So she was at 3. We're now at 11. Okay. You kind of want to work your way and do everything on the left as much as you can and work your way across. Okay. Don't leave anything. Okay, so we're now working and working and working. At 7, Nathan's finished. So Nathan's finished A. So Nathan now has his choice between what 2 tasks? What?
Either
E or D. Somebody over here said it too, very softly. D and E. Okay, he's got his choice. because they're both kind of in the same section, Nathan, where do you want to go? You want to take E. And that's an extra 6 hours. So he was at 7. We're now at 13. Okay. So they're back to working. They're working and working and working and working. At 11 hours, Maya's stopped. She's finished task C. Okay. So now, sorry, I didn't circle E because it's been started. Okay. So now, D is the only one that can be started. Okay. E's not finished until here. So the only thing she can do is go ahead and do D, which takes her to 15. So you've got to be careful with what leads into what and what you can schedule. Okay, so we're working, 13 hours. Nathan's done. Task E has been finished. Okay.
Come on, Nathan.
He's on a roll. He's just working his butt off. Right? So now, what can Nathan start?
F.
Only F. G cannot be done because D's not done yet. So he goes ahead and takes care of F. That takes him also to 15 hours. So they're working. 15 hours.
18 hours.
That means that F and D are both finished. Well, guess what? There's one task to do and 2 people to do it. Because, you know, Nathan's the gentleman. He's going to be like, look, Maya, take a load off. Let me take care of this. I got you. You know, he's that sweet gentleman. Okay, so he's going to go ahead and take care of task G, which takes him to 18 hours, which means Maya gets to sit and look pretty and supervise for 3 hours. So we finish here at 18. Okay. Your goal is to try to get everybody to continue working without stopping. Okay. I'm going to give you tips and tricks on Tuesday on how to take care of that. Okay. It's called a critical path.
Oh, so we're done?
We have the bottom one, chill.
I cannot chill. We have more work left.
Oh! All right. That's fine because we're going to make Zoe do this one. And Zoe's gonna do this, and her partner in crime is gonna be Celia. Let's let these girls handle life here. You know, Zoe, what task do you want to start?
B, because I'm a G.
You're gonna do B because you're a G.
7 hours.
Okay. So Zoe's gonna take that hard task and do 7 hours. She's gonna let Celia take a little bit of a break here and only work for 5. How sweet. Okay, so once everybody's working, they're working. 5 hours. Celia's like, bam, done with A. What can Celia work on next?
C or F?
D. She can work on D. B's not done, so she can't work on C.
She can't go. Oh, girl, ain't that.
Oh,
Okay.
my fault. I was looking at me.
She can't go to C because B's not finished. So her only task that's available is D. Sometimes she's stuck and she has to work on some stuff that she doesn't want to do. Okay. So she now has to do D. Notice as I finish the task, I kind of like highlight the lines so I know what's ready and what's not. So keep that in mind as you're working. Okay. So they're working. Zoe finishes a 7-hour task.
Might as well go to that 9-hour test. You already know, man.
So B leads into both C and F. Now that A and B are done, C is ready to go and F is ready to go because the only thing that leads into F is B. So Zoe said, well, I'm going to take on this 9-hour task. So she was at 7. We're now at 16. Okay. So we're working, we're working, we're working. Celia finishes D. So what can Celia work on now?
G.
G or
G.
F.
she can technically work on F. Even though she's kind of on this path at the top, she can jump down and take care of F if she wants to.
She don't want to.
Okay? She don't want to?
No, I already wrote G on my paper.
Oh. Okay, she don't want to, so she's going to take on task G. All right.
You don't want to.
So she's taking on task G. Technically, you could do either or. It does not matter.
She's still gonna be done early.
Okay? So she's working, working, working. Jonathan just said, well, she's still going to finish with G before you're done with C. So guess
Okay.
what?
So when
She takes care of
finishes
G.
She going back to F.
And she's got to take care of F then.
So we're gonna be done first.
Okay. So after that, she's now going to take care of F. Well, that leads me to 20 because she stopped at 12.
Look at that, Jonathan. And I'm done.
Okay. So now we're working, working, working. Zoe's done at 16 hours. She finishes C. So she's going to take care of this last task. She's going to take care of E. Well, guess what? That only takes her to 18 hours.
So you got 2 more hours.
So as we work, 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 Zoe's like, I'm done. Nap time. And she gets to idle for 2 hours while Celia finishes. And in 20 hours, they're going to lock the door and walk out. So your finishing time here is 20. Whoa.
You dropped off.
You did. Questions? Okay.
Oh, we know
It's
that.
very important that you pay attention to the lines and what leads into what. Okay. So keep that in mind.